Welcome to Midwest Mission. My name is Chantel Corey and I'm the Executive Director. You are now on holy ground and we are so glad that you are here. We hope during this time that you are here with us, you will have the great opportunity to witness all that God has in store for you and to see how God is moving things right here in your midst. We'll be sharing God's stories with you all week long that we hope you will take, enjoy, and share with people when you return home to your communities. Midwest Mission exists to bring the hearts and hands of God's people together to transform resources into humanitarian relief. We specialize in showing God's love in a practical way, and that only happens when people like you come here to be God's hands and feet, to turn these resources into humanitarian aid that can go into places during times of disaster and in times of crisis. We specialize in 4 areas: disaster relief, health, education, and microbusiness. Midwest Mission sends hope and empowerment around the world and around the corner by sending tangible resources to make an intangible difference in people's lives. These resources do not happen unless you are here to refurbish supplies or build kits. Our staff do none of this work. It is all done by volunteers. The staff are here to make sure that day-to-day stuff happens and to equip you to do the work of the ministry. This is your ministry. Midwest Mission is your ministry. It's a ministry of the people, completely funded by people and by individuals, by no other source. So thank you for being here and being a part of this. Midwest Mission is a 501c3 organization. We have our own board, which is made up of individuals from the North Central jurisdiction. Midwest Mission was founded by Jack Travelstead in 2000 and helped to come to fruition through the Illinois Great Rivers Conference, giving them a grant to get this started. We have a covenant relationship with the Illinois Great Rivers Conference in the North Central jurisdiction. We are founded by the Methodist Church and strive to serve in the Wesleyan ways, but we are open to all people and we give to all people. We work to show God's love in that practical way when people need us in their time of crisis, and by being that calming Christian presence and bringing hope during those times. Why do we do what we do? Midwest Mission serves to help people in their time of crisis around the world and around the corner by sending simple resources that can improve people's circumstances. We believe in giving people a hand up and not a hand out. And we know that people need health and education, 2 stable things in their life to get their foot on that first rung to get themselves out of poverty. And we want to be there to help support in those circumstances. So how does Midwest Mission work? First, we have partner nonprofit organizations that tell us what their needs are, whether that's a conference disaster relief coordinator who's just is dealing with a flood or a hurricane and telling us the needs that are there at that current time, or that's a nonprofit organization in Haiti, Guatemala, Honduras, telling us what their needs are so we can add additional items that we do not currently have on a regular basis, or so we can modify what we are doing. We're constantly asking our partners for what their needs are. Midwest Mission is driven off the needs of others. Then once we find out those needs, we ask for donations. We ask people like you to bring in those in-kind supplies or to give financially so that we can go and purchase those in-kind supplies. Then we have you, the volunteer, who comes here and is called here and answers the call for such a time as this to come here and turn resources that we have been given into disaster relief and humanitarian aid. Then we work again with partner organizations to distribute these supplies around the world and around the corner. We do require our partner organizations to follow up and give us reports so that we know where every item is handed out. And that way we can steward your resources of time and gifts and your talents to the best of our ability, which is our absolute goal. And we believe we're not only called to steward the resources here as best we can, but also kingdom resources, which is why we believe partnerships are so incredibly important. So each of us can do what we can do best, so we can all make a bigger impact for Christ in this world. Others' needs dictate what we do here at Midwest Mission. So while you're here this week, things might change quickly because something might have happened that have changed what we need to do here. So we ask for your flexibility at all times and a great Christian attitude. We will do our best to make you as physically comfortable as we can, but we'll need your help on that. First, we want you to come each day prepared in comfortable closed-toed shoes and clothing. Also, when you arrive, you'll be given a name tag. Make sure you wear that every day. We like to be called by our names, and we know you do too. And in case of an emergency, it's very important as well. At times, you'll be given some safety gear to wear. We ask that you put that on, whether that's eye protection, ear protection, a mask, or gloves. And in some of our shops, that might be required. We want you to leave Midwest Mission in the same condition, if not better, than what you showed up in. So if you're given a task and it physically is giving you an issue, please ask one of the volunteer leaders or staff members. There's many adjustments we can make, whether that's bringing you a mat, raising a table, putting you at a different table. But don't wait. Ask us now. You're not complaining. You're not whining. We want you in the best shape you can possibly be in, because that's going to create the best product that we can put out there. And we value quality over quantity here at Midwest Mission. In times where you might have something get in your eye, there's an eye wash station in the front northwest corner of warehouse number 1. You need to put your face down in the bowl, flip the lever, and let that rinse your eyes. If you are also get chemicals on any part of your person, above that eye wash station is a shower. Stand under the shower and pull the lever. There is a first aid kit, an AED, and a blood spill kit located in the kit room. There is also an AED and first aid kit available in the dorm to you as well. Please feel free to use those at any time. If something more severe happens, there are 2 ERs in our area, both located in Springfield, Memorial Hospital and St. John's Hospital. If something more urgent happens, please feel free to call 911, and our address is 1001 Mission Drive. There are also urgent cares, the closest one being located in Chatham, called Memorial Care, and you can look that up online or ask any of our staff for more information. Even though we regularly work to help in disasters, they can still happen here too. We've experienced our fair share of high winds and tornadoes in this area, so we always want to be prepared. If that happens, there's a storm shelter underneath the duplex on the south side of the campus that we'll ask you to go in. It's down below. There's water, flashlights, and things there to help us wait out the storm. In case of a fire or earthquake, we ask that everyone exit the building and quickly get themselves to the green area, the grassy area just south of the dorm where the pavilion is, and remain there until we can get a count and make sure everyone has left the building. Also, please familiarize yourselves as you walk through the warehouses and the dorms and other buildings to where fire extinguishers are located, so that way you can be prepared if something were to happen. In case of an active shooter, we ask that you first run, hide, fight, and make sure you call 911. We want to do whatever we can to keep as most people safe as quickly as possible. Midwest Mission asks that while you're in our buildings and in our vehicles, you refrain from smoking or vaping. We also ask you to make sure you're using the best of manners when dealing with other volunteers and with our staff. We're all here to do the work of Jesus, so let's treat each person as if they were Jesus. Make sure we are also not using any sexually suggestive behavior or bullying. If you experience that, please let one of the staff members know, and we will do our best to rectify that situation. Midwest Mission might have some furry critters running around. Although sweet and looking innocent, we ask that you not feed them or touch them, as then they can become a nuisance around our facility. We also ask that you only put toilet paper down the toilets to keep us from getting any kind of issues. At Midwest Mission, we start our day at 8:30. We have a break at 10 and 2, and lunch is from 11:30 to 12:30. Monday through Thursday, the Twice Giving gift shop is open from 11 to 2, and we ask that you visit that. It's full of fair trade items, which have been bought from artisans in developing countries. And it also has lots of great Midwest Mission apparel that we know you want to go home with and support Midwest Mission and tell people about the great experience you had here. At Midwest Mission, we soak everything in prayer, and we ask that you do the same thing while you're here, because we know from testimonies and hearing from people that they do feel all the love that you put into every item and the hope that it brings them to receive a gift from their brothers and sisters in Christ. So while you're building a school kit, think of that student that will be receiving it to start out their school year, or a mother receiving a layout kit and putting those clothes on her newborn child. So every time we finish a pallet, we'll be asking you to pray over that pallet, and every shipment that leaves here, we also gather together to pray over everything in the container and for the safety of the driver and the travels of that container and all who will receive those items. We're so glad you're here with us, and we are thanking you in advance for the great Christian attitude, flexibility, and the awesome impact you're going to make for Christ around the world and around the corner.